reader heard from, stop. We'll put you on Salem, New Hampshire. I don't think those are the witch trials. Those are the witch trials? That's Salem, Massachusetts, I think. Yeah. A beautiful day. It's hot out. Not that I'm complaining, because you know, in the wintertime it's cold out, in the fall it's windy out, in the spring it's warm. They're smiling, they're waving, they're laughing. Oh, there goes a little chortle. She was chortling. I don't know if there's such a word. Just gonna roll with it. Roll with the heat. Rolling, 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 rolling with the heat. That's why I was never an author of songs. That's pretty talented, driving by on the cell phone, steering with one hand and then waving. Hey, how you doing? Just stop. Tell me your story. Any story. Oh, that guy's got a lawnmower in the back of his truck. He stops, we're mowing lawns. Hey, look, somebody's stopping to tell us their story, all right. Look at how you turn right in the middle of traffic. That's pretty impressive. I have to say, you went in and you just pulled a U-turn in front of all this traffic.
I had to. I saw the sign and I said, you know, there's always stories to tell, so had to turn around.
All right, who do we have here? Rachel, I'm Bob. Nice to meet you. Oh, look at that. She's got smiley faces on her thumb. Nice thumbnail. And your name is?
I'm Valerie.
Valerie, nice to meet you.
Nice
and
to
you're?
meet you.
Carol.
Carol, nice to meet you. I'm Bob Wilson with a show called Roadside Stories.
How are you?
So we kind of set up around New England and just wait for people to stop and tell us their story.
Okay.
All right, so what's your story?
So my story is really about my daughter, Rachel, who was, and I'm sure it's common enough, but she was 10 weeks early. Wow. And she was 2 pounds. And
You want to see what 2 pounds looks like? Look at this. This is 2 pounds right here, this camera. Wow.
That's how much she weighed.
Is that about the size of what she was?
And she was the size of a ruler. So she's just kind of our miracle because we had her later. My husband and I had her later. You know, I was older and I became very sick. I almost died. I was in a respiratory ICU.
For how long?
95% oxygen, 2 days. But I was in the hospital for, you know, a stretch of time.
Right. So for those people who don't know what preeclampsia is.
Preeclampsia is when you...
Preeclampsia.
Preeclampsia.
I don't know what it is.
Is you become, your body basically becomes toxic and your blood pressure goes sky high. And the only way to get rid of preeclampsia is to deliver. There's no medication, there's no cure for it. The only cure is really to deliver.
Whoa.
Whoop.
Oh, there you go. What happened to your foot, ma'am? Let's ask you that.
Oh, I had a stroke.
Oh, okay. You sure you don't want to sit down?
No, I
Why don't you lean? Can you lean?
Yeah, you want to lean?
Why don't you lean? Rachel, move
Absolutely.
down.
Oh, no, that's right. I'll stand over here. She can
Okay.
lean in my spot.
All right, you lean because Lord knows.
All right, exactly. You know, we don't want her to. All right. Good job. You can lean right against. There you go. All right.
There you go.
Feeling better?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. What's going through your mind? 'Cause it's an emotional thing. You're trying to go through your health versus your baby's health.
As a matter of fact, I was more worried about my husband, thinking that. You know, what do we do? Is it the baby? Is it my wife? Because he was the one that was a wreck.
Because you would have to make the decision, especially if you're in the ICU, right?
Right.
Because you were in the ICU, you obviously can't talk.
Right.
And he's got to figure out which is better, the baby or you.
Yeah.
That's very difficult.
It's very difficult, and thank goodness he didn't have to make that choice. So, you know, the main story, one of the main stories of me being in the hospital, I had to go get x-rays at one point or something. I had to go in the bowels of a very old hospital. And there was a deranged man down there and was going after me and my husband. It was like from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I was in the gurney and they were trying to find a place for me to lock the door so this guy couldn't come after us.
In the hospital?
In the hospital.
So he was like loose from the psych ward?
He was, and he was there for some tests.
And he got loose and he was, wow.
Yeah, so that was...
That's unbelievable.
It was just a crazy time, but, you know, like I said, she's, you know, healthy and we're very, very fortunate and very lucky and blessed to have such a great daughter, a beautiful daughter.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys stopping and telling me your story. Wow, that is a big smile. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing that about childbirth. I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Well, here on Roadside Stories, we want to take you somewhere new, show you something different, and maybe you'll even learn something along the way. Now, I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's this thing out there called the World Wide Web. Personally, I'm not very good at it, but if you go to roadsidestories.net, you can meet some of the people on the show, maybe get their email address, learn more about them.
You'd think in this day and age, with all the high-tech stuff, we can come up with something better than a cardboard sign. Well, that was just sick and wrong. Anyway, sometimes it's best just to keep it simple.
These roadside stories are brought to you by...
I joined the National Guard and never thought I'd be saving lives.
It's more than money for college. It's built my character and given me a sense of accomplishment. Now I'm on a career path and I'm the leader of my team.
I put on the uniform and I have a whole new outlook on life. Country, community, family. That's what matters most to me. If that matters to you, go to 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
Where does the best care come from? From doctors who teach other doctors. From doctors who do research. And from those who apply this knowledge to patients every day. Here, they're all in one place, working together. And sometimes, they're all one person. Yukon Health Center. No better care.
Well, thanks a lot for watching, and as my old Irish grandfather used to say, may the road rise up to meet you, and the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand. And may all your stories be roadside stories.